What's it like to live as a female expat in Asia? How do I go about making friends in my new community? And if I want to work part-time, even though my visa says no, is there a way around that so that I can actually work? Well, if those questions or anything about being an expat in Asia are of interest to you, welcome. My name is Wendy, and for more than 3 decades, I have lived and worked in 5 different countries in Asia, and I still live and work in Asia now in Thailand. And today I want to talk about that first topic, the topic of making new friends as an expat in a new place. So you've made the decision to move, and you've moved and you've found a place to live, and now you're looking around at your 4 walls and you think, right, it's time that I met some new people. How do I go about that? Well, the good news is that far from the old days of when I was first an expat, it's actually much easier. Back in the old days, I don't know how we did it. I think I used to find random expats in the supermarket and go up and speak to them. But these days, it's a lot easier because of social media. Now, whether or not you're a fan of social media, if you need to meet new people, you'll have to get over that hump. And if you're watching this video, you're watching it on YouTube, which means that you're already using a social media platform. So whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of those, you will be able to find other people in your area by simply typing in the keywords that you need. So let's say you're a crafty person and you like to do knitting or sewing or making things, then you need to type in that craft and where you are, so your town that you're living in, your place that you're living in, and just search like that, and you will find other expats that you can chat to, or local. If it's not expats, you'll find local groups that have the same thing, that people you can meet that way. That makes things a lot easier than it used to be. And if something isn't there, might I encourage you as a newbie to set something up? And I know that sounds daunting for a lot of people, but actually I have a friend, she and her husband, who are new to this particular community. They decided that they would set up a newbies coffee morning. They would set up an event on Facebook themselves, and it would be a coffee morning for newcomers, and they were new. And guess what? It's now one of the most popular things that happens locally. They met a whole bunch of people doing precisely that. There was a need for themselves, and they filled it, and they fulfilled it for other people. So if you have enough courage, if you're one of these people who thinks that you can do that, even if only 2 people turn up for that first coffee morning, those are 2 new people that you've met. And of course, it takes time. I've spoken about this a few times on different videos, that it takes time to meet your tribe. But that's one way to do it, to actually be the instigator yourselves. And there are loads of people who do that, who think, okay, I want to meet new people. They're not all going to be my people, but this is a way to get the ball rolling. And I absolutely encourage you to do that, because another newbie, even if you know nothing and they know nothing, at least now there's 2 of you who know nothing, and you can go out there and you can find a way to find the stuff that you need to find. Because the truth is that long-term expats can be a tricky lot. Now, I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that long-term expats fall into one of 2 categories. They're either super enthusiastic and happy to help new people, and I've got good friends who do that all the time, and they're lovely. And then there's the ones who are a little bit jaded. They've had that question 55 times. They already know where everything is. And to be honest with you, they're a bit bored with helping people out, so they don't. Don't take it personally, okay? Yes, it's a little bit cliquey, but it's not really. It's just that they've been around for long enough and they kind of don't want to have that. It's like new puppy energy. It's like they're the old dogs of the playground, and you're the new dog of the playground, and they're just not that interested in how enthusiastic you are. And like I said, don't take it personally. It's just the way that old expats are sometimes, older expats are sometimes. So watch out for that one as well. And if you are one of those older expats like me, try not to be too jaded, okay? It's really important to remember in expat communities that that they're small and they can be cliquey, and you need to make sure that you find a way, you manage a way to keep everything in balance. Now, that's not to say you're going to get along with everybody all of the time, but for example, I run a pub quiz once a month, and I always tell the people who come along, if you've got a problem, if the team beside you are being a pain in the butt, don't fight with them. Come and talk to me about it, because number one, I've got really thick skin and I'll come and sort it out. Because the truth is, in expatriate communities, you are going to bump into those people in the supermarket. And so you don't need that hassle, okay? I can handle it. I can do it. So remember that expat communities are usually incredibly supportive and very, very helpful. But if you have had a falling out, if there has been an issue, they're also quite small and people can find themselves a little bit isolated. So think about how you're going to manage that. If it's not your tribe, let it go. There are all kinds of people in expat communities, and if you're moving to a new place, this might be a great time for you to take up some new things. So let's say you've always wanted to be a crafty person, or you are a crafty person and you want to meet people. There used to be a group here in where I live called itself Stitch and Bitch, which I thought was a great name, but they changed it because it's not very politically correct. But they get together and they make things, do crafty things, and have a bit of a natter as well. The sporty people, maybe you've always wanted to be, a Spartan, even if you're 65. That's okay. You can do that in an expatriate community and you will find your tribe. Remember, sporty people are full of endorphins. Endorphins make people happy. So make sure you check out the sporty people. If you're a hippie person and you love to do yoga at dawn, even if you set up the event yourself, if you say, I'm going to do yoga at dawn, who's going to join me? Someone will join you. And that's a great way to meet people. If you're a book person, there's always book clubs. There are. Expat communities have loads of book clubs. So that's a way to do it. If you're a mum, this makes things a lot easier. And when I was a new expat, or when I was a younger expat and I was having babies and then raising children in Asia, certainly my kids were a great icebreaker. So new mums, I think, or mums, I'm going to say, mums and dads, they do find that a lot easier because they've got that icebreaker built in. But if you're not in that situation, then you're going to have to find other ways to do it. So there's all of those groups are available to you. But like I said, a couple of things to keep in mind is that these communities are small. So think about how you're going to manage yourself in a smaller community. If you've got friends who are snowbirds, if you've got part-time expat friends, what are you going to do in the low season when they go home? I see that quite a lot. People have got a really great friendship group and then half of their friendship group just disappears for 3 months of the year or 6 months of the year. Or if you're one of those people, okay, make sure that you stay in contact with the people who are in both camps so that you don't feel that you're losing contact with the people around you, because you're going to need these people around you for lots of different reasons, for social reasons, for mental health reasons, and just to make things a little bit easier. If you're someone who loves to travel, put it out there that you love to explore new places and ask somebody if they'd like to come along with you and find new places with you as well. If you're someone who loves to party and loves to do the whole daytime drinking thing, that's great too, and you will most certainly find your tribe. I'm just going to say this on the record, okay? In my many years as an expat, I've met loads of women and men who love daytime drinking, love midday drinking, love evening drinking, love nighttime drinking. And if that's you and it's all under control, that's fantastic. Keep in mind that if you are hanging out with a group of people who love drinking all of the time and that's what they do, and you're not so into it, but you like the sort of party thing, dipping in and dipping out, those people, what they love is the drinking. They might not necessarily be on the same wavelength as you are. And if you're one of those people, no judgment whatsoever. We've all been there, and be aware that AA and Smart Recovery and other addiction assistance places are available to you in the expatriate communities as well. And if you're someone that you feel that you might need some help, or you're thinking that some of your friends might need some help, reach out and do that, because that also does happen in expatriate communities. I think addiction is, I don't want to say, it's not certainly not rampant, but it certainly is a factor, like it is in any community in the world. And some people, through loneliness reasons or for other reasons, find themselves in a situation where it's not that they don't love the drinking, it's just they don't know how to stop. And there is support for that. So I'm just putting that on the record so that we bring it up and we face that as well. And again, No, absolutely no judgment. And if you are in that situation, I wish you the very best. And please do reach out because the help is there for you. So I think I've covered everything I needed to cover. Part-timers, long-termers, do expect that you'll kind of come in and out of some friendships sometimes, particularly if you're going to do this for a long term. But you just need a good small group around you that are going to give you lots of support. Give it a go. Put yourself out there a little bit. I know it can be intimidating, but you will find your tribe. It takes a little time, but you will find your tribe out there. And if you find yourself in a clique that you're not really happy with, you can change it. That's no problem, and still stay alive. You won't die. It's not the school. It's not the school room anymore. It's not the playground anymore. You're a grown-up. You know what to do. And I've got your back if nothing else. Okay, hope you have a great day. And if you've got any comments, anything you think that I've missed, any opportunities that you would like me to talk about, anything that you feel that I've got wrong, feel free to argue with me in the comment section. That also helps the algorithm. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you're having a great rest of your day. And we'll speak again soon. Bye-bye.